Hey girl, welcome to the Go Get Her podcast. I am your host, London Britt. And girl, today we is really getting into the C, baby. I'm getting all in y'all business for real. Because today we're going to be talking about not making excuses. No more excuses. I do it too. So I ain't just coming for y'all, I'm coming for myself too. But yeah, we're going to get into it because we are really like the creme de la creme and we have to act like it, okay? So, in order for us to really tap in to why God has us here, we have to really tap in and we have to stop making excuses and we have to just do it scared. But before we get into it, I need you to make sure you hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the vibe, and stick around because it's really a good time here. We learn, we grow, we heal, and we do all the things, baby. So if you're new here, make sure you hit So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new here, hey girl, hey. So let's get into it. I'm gonna spill the tea. This week, I caught myself making excuses. I can't do it because I'm gonna have the kids. I can't do it because I'm busy. I can't do it because just finding all the excuses in the world. And I said to myself, I want new results, but I keep repeating the same actions. How's that gonna work? How am I going to get these new results? I see it. I see the vision. I want it. But I keep repeating the same actions. So how am I going to get those results? Well, it starts with checking yourself. Really checking yourself. Like, really being real and honest. Like, okay, well, I'm making the excuses. Why? Let's get to the root of why. Why am I making these excuses? Is it because I'm scared? Am I fearful? Is it because I'm scared of losing people if I make this decision? Am I just scared of the complete unknown? Clearly, let's get deeper. I have little faith. God, I don't trust you with this. I don't trust that the plan that I see for this, you're not going to be in alignment with that plan. So, yeah, it's time to really ask those hard, uncomfortable questions. If you journal, write out all your thoughts, write out everything that comes to mind when you ask yourself that question. Even if it's writing it on black and white or if it's writing it in your phone, I think it's important to ask those uncomfortable questions and really, and really have that hard conversation with yourself. Get to the root. Why do I keep making excuses? Why do I keep going in circles? If it's with a new business venture, do it scared. Do it scared. Y'all know with the Go Get Her podcast, I had no clue what I was doing. I was scared. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What if people don't listen? What if people don't tune in? Like, nobody cares about what I'm saying, like telling myself all these negative thoughts. But God showed me, like, this was in my plan. I was just waiting for you. Like, once I really got started with it, first I was doing audio. Then I started doing video and audio. Like, once I got everything together and, was figuring it out. And people have expressed to me that this podcast blesses them. Like, literally, I kid you not, a month ago, God was really speaking to me through this person. But that day I was like so overwhelmed and I was just like, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do the podcast. I don't want to be a designer. I don't want to do nothing. Like, just going through it in my feelings and my emotions, overwhelmed with the day probably. And I saw someone at my job and she was like, yo, when I'm having a bad day, I just put on your podcast. I let it play. Sometimes I could sit and watch it. Sometimes I'm busy, so I just listen to it. And it really helps me. And I was like, huh? Like, obviously I didn't say that to her. I was just like, thanking her and so appreciative. But I was really shocked because I'm like, you put on my podcast when you're having a bad day. Like, you listen to me when you're having a bad day. Like, and God was like, yes, yes. Like, why do you think I have you doing this? Because people need it. People need it. You never know who you're helping. So do it scared. Because you doing it scared, you really might be helping somebody else. Now, it might not be a podcast where you're talking and, all those things. You may be an artist. You like to draw. You like to paint. You may be a baker, a chef, like whatever it is, do it scared. But if God is pushing you to do it, baby girl. I promise you. Like, you cannot get new results by repeating the same actions. You've been doing it scared for years. Excuse me. You've been not doing it because you've been fearful for years. Now, this year, let's do it scared. Let's do it scared this year. Let's figure it out. Let's plan it. Like, let's just try. You only fail when you don't try. Like, let's at least try it, right? It's happened with God. Listen, I want to get this started. I'm ready. I'm on fire. Let's go. He will align you with his purpose for whatever it is that you are supposed to do. He will get you in line with whatever it is you're supposed to do. Just stay the course. Because when you do, the enemy is going to be on your back. Hard body. See, a lot of times people tell us, yeah, God got you. Just pray, be positive, and all of that is great. But they don't tell you when you really, really, really get tapped in that the enemy is like, whoa, whoa, wait a minute now. Not you too. And then he starts chasing you down, baby. He's chasing you down. He's on your back. He's trying to distract you. He's trying to get you off course. He's trying to confuse you. He's trying to tell you, don't do it. They don't need that business. They don't need that idea. The world doesn't need you. He will tell you all the things for you to be confused, for you to feel like you can't do it, for you to want to give up. He will tell you all those things. So be ready for that. But be ready for the blessings on the other side of you pushing through that, because God sees that, and he sees that you're faithful and that you trust him and his plan. No matter what this guy is saying, who cares what he's saying? He's going to say all the things to get you off the course. So you get to a point where you're like, okay, but you're human. So sometimes it's going to bother you. Sometimes you may get off course. Sometimes you may get overwhelmed and needs to take a mental break, and that's okay. But during that mental break, you make sure you're praying, you make sure you're staying in your word, and you make sure that you don't lose faith and you don't lose hope. We're human. So there's going to be times when we're overwhelmed. It's going to happen. But you make sure in those times that you are sticking by God. Don't stray away. And you're going to fall short. We're not perfect. But consciously try to stay as close as you can to God, because he has all the answers. He has all the power. The enemy doesn't have any. He really does not have any. We, like I said in the last episode, we give him the power and we don't even realize it. We give him the power when he tries to distract us and we're like, you know what? Forget it. I don't want to do this. He is having a party. Like, yes, we did it. When you give up, he's like, yep, got him. We are not giving him any satisfaction, because guess what? When you push through that, God in heaven and the angels are praising. Yes, we got her. We got a strong one. We got a good one. She's with us. She's on our team. She sees everything that we're doing for her. We got her. That's the praise that we want. Do it scared. Do it scared. I'm telling you, it's so many more benefits to trying. And even if you fail the first time, the second time, the third time, the first, ooh, Holy Spirit, thank you. Me and one of my homegirls was just talking about this Saturday, Shannon. Shannon was on a pod. Shannon Nia. She says somebody said this to her, and it opened my eyes so much. Like when you're trying something for the first time, right? Whether it's a business venture or even if you're trying a hobby. Like, let's even put it more simpler. Even if you're trying a hobby for the first time, it's the first draft. Like, it's the first draft and it's your draft. You can edit it however you want. So if it didn't work this way this time, do it another way this time. It's the first draft. Like, I'm planning this launch, right? I'm doing a launch party, all the things. It's the first draft. So if things don't work this way, the way I planned it, the way I see it, me and God just going to do it over again. He's going to speak to me and tell me and show me, okay, well, this didn't work because of this and that. Okay, we could do that better. Like, he's going to show me because I'm locked in. This is his event. I'm just a coordinator in person, in the physical, but this is his event. It's going to happen the way that he sees it fit to happen. And I have to be okay with that. But if it does not go the way that I think it should go, guess what? It's the first draft. Can have another one next year or another season. Like, it doesn't have to be set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. It's your story. It's your story. It's your draft. Do it scared. And keep doing it until you're not scared. I'm not scared anymore to get up here and talk with you guys. I know that God has me doing this for a purpose. Because on the other side of this, people are getting healed. People are getting closer to Him. People are getting anxious. People are getting lit to learn more about Him and what He wants to do for them. I know that for a fact. But last year when I first started and I sat in the chair and I had on my pink shirt and my black pants and my pearl glasses, I was doing it scared. I even went back and watched that video and I'm like, look at that girl. She's so cute. Like, I could just the way I'm sitting and talking, me now looking, I can tell I was doing it scared. But guess what? I did it. And now we're here. This is episode 30, I think 4, 5, 35. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. 30 something. 30 something. That means the first time I did it, it was the first draft. And now we're here. 30 something episodes later. Like, do it scared. But know that it's not going to happen overnight. Know that you have to push through some things. Know that the enemy is going to be on your back. Know that it's going to get overwhelming. Know that God got your back, though. And along each step of you learning and growing, He's got you. And He's going to show you more and more and more. Why? Because you're fulfilling His plan. You're fulfilling His purpose. So as you keep unlocking new levels, He's going to unlock new blessings. And it's going to pour. It's going to be overwhelming, but overwhelming in a good way. But it's going to be so overwhelming that you're just like, wow, God, me? You trust me with all of this? Okay, cool. Let's do it. If at least one person is inspired to go and get to know Him, is inspired to heal, is inspired to learn more about themselves, is inspired to look in the mirror and want to learn to love herself, I'm good off that. I'm good off that. It's not about the likes. It's not about the subscribers. It's not about the share. It's not about any of that. Yes, of course, this is a brand. So I'm going to tell you, subscribe because I want you to stay here. Of course, I'm going to tell you, share because I want you to share with other people. But that's not what I do it for. That is not what I do it for. I do it so that God can speak to any other person on the other side of this and He can speak directly to them. Because I don't know what it is that you need to hear. He does. And He pushes it through me, through the Holy Spirit. And I do what I do I be myself, my authentic self. In some way, somehow, you're inspired, you're encouraged, and you're getting closer to him. I'm just being obedient to what he's telling me to say. I pray before I record every single time. And I say, Holy Spirit, less of me, more of you. And guess what? You're here watching because I'm being obedient and because I did it scared. Do it scared. Do it scared, whatever it is. And if you watched last week's episode, I want to hear about the challenge that you did for yourself. You challenged yourself to fast from whatever it is for a week. I'm still doing my social media fast because right now I don't even care. Like, that sounds bad, but like, I really just don't even care to like go on social media. Like, I'm so tapped in right now. I'm so focused and I've been so productive that so much has happened from this fast, like positive things that I'm just like, yeah, like social media was a big distraction for me. So when I can get to a point where it's not really a thing, I don't even care to go on the app, then great. And don't get me wrong, social media is great. It has its pros and it has its cons. But right now in this space, it's just not it for me. I'm not selling a physical product right now, so it's not like I need to promote it. Like, like I'm good off it right now. But I will be back because obviously, the launch is coming and I will be having a physical product that I need to promote. So yeah, but right now I'm just not there. But do it scared because you can't unlock those new levels unless you do something new. You can't expect new results and you're doing the same thing. It just doesn't work that way. It's like me, right? Let me tell y'all. The other day, my son, my beautiful son, my ocean of soul, he was playing with a balloon, right? And he popped it. So, like, the leftover part of the balloon went in between the bed. So he's going to grab it and he's like doing the most. I'm like, Ocean, I'll just grab it. You know what this boy said to me? He was like, Mommy, you're too fat. You can't fit between there. I was like, I could not believe that came out of his mouth. I was like, Ocean, you don't say that to mommy. Like, that's not nice. I said, you don't say that to anybody. Like, that's not nice. You don't say that. And he was like apologizing, and I was like fake crying, and he was like apologizing and hugging me, whatever. Mommy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I was like, oh my goodness, like, I need to go to the gym. I need to figure this out. Like, I was even talking to my sister, like, yeah, girl, like, what I'm gonna do? I need to lose weight. I need to lose this belly. Like, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm holding my love handles. I'm like, yeah, this will look good. This will look good. And then I let it go, and I'm like, ooh. But I love my body, though. I love my body just how I am. But I could lose a little pounds, ain't gonna hurt you, girl. But anyway, even with that, like, she was like, oh, why don't you just walk? Like, do the walking, maybe after work. And I'm like, but it's hot when I get off to work. And I have the kids, and they're going to be doing the most, like, making excuses. But granted, those are valid excuses because they will be driving me crazy. Like, I'd rather walk, be in my zone, listen to my music. But I may have to change how it looks, how I want it to look. How I want it to look. It's not reality for me right now. So I may have to change and finagle a little things to do that, to lose the weight. Where can I fit out working out on my schedule right now? I'm really not sure. But I may have to change and finagle some things to make it work. So I'm open to it. I'm not making excuses. I just have to figure it out and plan it with my little life. But God will help me with it because I've been praying for it. I've been praying about it. After me and my sister had that conversation, I said, God, you know what? Walking wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe it'll help get the kids tired by the time we get to the house, get them dinner, bath, bed. But I'm like, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. So let's figure that out. Can you help me figure that out? That's how I talk to him. But because I didn't initially be like, no, girl, I cannot do that. Like, I'm not doing that, blah, 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 blah. was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm open to trying to figure it out. Be open to try to figure it out. Be open to try to finagle it some way, somehow in your life. Be open to trying new things so you can get new results. So when I got my Megan body and my Megan knees, y'all gonna see the camera a little lower. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, but seriously, guys, be open to change. Be open to making the change. Be open to being the change. Because maybe God is saying you're the one. It starts with you. And it'll trickle on to everybody else connected to you. You know how that goes. But I love y'all. And I will see you next week. And if you're still here, thank you. Thank you for listening. It means a lot to me that you guys sit here and watch the whole episode. So if you're still here, comment your name, comment your Instagram. When I'm back off my fast, I will follow you. I do follow back and all that stuff. But yeah. Anything else I gotta tell y'all? I think that's enough tea for today. See y'all next week. Bye.